Welcome back to The Art of Hobbiness. I'm Erin. I'm here with my co-host, Tam.
Co-hosting!
We are here to talk about Tam's new hobby, skateboarding.
Yeah.
Super excited to talk about this.
Are you?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's Erin.
Pretty physical new hobby for you.
Which we all know that I'm not a physical person.
Right. If you know Tam, she is not one to exercise. She's one of those people that everyone is jealous of.
No.
She's trim and petite, but yet never exercises really a day in her life. So
no. I do a lot of walking to the bathroom or to the kitchen.
Sure.
Or to
and then you walk to
Target.
the kitchen to eat, Cocoa Wheats or no, Cocoa, what do you eat? Cocoa Puffs.
My Oreo O's, Erin?
Oreo O's. I knew it was something chocolatey.
So yes.
Anyway, so
my
super
skateboarding.
excited. So when you told me you were going to do this, I was very excited, but also kind of surprised because you're not one to do exercises. So
Really not.
So how has it been?
So it's been so much. It's been so much fun.
Really?
Yes. So like you said, skateboarding probably came out of nowhere for most people who know me, but for internal Tam, man, I remember just being a kid, and I remember when in the millennium it was West Coast culture was the coolest thing, and surfing and skateboarding, right? Mm-hmm. I so badly wanted to learn skateboarding. I just thought it was so cool.
Really?
Everybody who was doing it looked so cool. I just wanted, it just dripped in cool.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be that. But then also was very aware that I am not cool in any sense of the word. So I was like, probably won't fit in with that crowd. So I just kind of moved on with my life, right?
And how old were you at this time? God.
So
in the 90s?
Yeah,
maybe?
kind of late 90s, early 2000s, right? Because it was right around the Y2K era and stuff like that. And so it's always something that just kind of lurked in the back of my mind of that would have been kind of cool. That would have kind of cool to just have something to just check on my list of interests or things I've tried, almost like a bucket list item.
Mm-hmm.
So this podcast has afforded me the opportunity, or more the excuse, I guess, to finally just go for it. Being 37 and trying to go for it, probably not ideal.
It's a little more aches and pains with learning.
Oh my God. I've got to show you my shins, Erin.
Really?
I've got the gnarliest bruises.
Is there a lot of falls happening with?
Okay, so I haven't had a great disastrous fall yet, and I will say that is because I've had I kind of made an announcement on Threads on Instagram that I was going to do skateboarding, and I kind of reached out to the skateboarding community and was like, pro tips, what are some basics I can start off? Do I just start basics, or do I go straight for the half pipe? And a lot of them were like, slow your roll, ma'am.
Just get your balance first.
They were like, how about you just try getting on the board first, and then just skating down the sidewalk a couple of times. Make sure you can at least be on the board. So I think that's prevented any disastrous injuries from happening so far. But I did get a little impatient and kind of bored with just skating in a straight line.
Yeah.
So I thought I would try to do it's called a foot stomp.
Oh, okay.
Foot stomp. And it's where you have the skateboard just kind of sitting with the wheels up, and then you try to flip it up and flip yourself on top
I've seen that before. That seems like that's challenging.
Yeah.
Were you able to do it?
No.
Okay.
No. I have not been able to successfully do it at all yet. That's why my shins look the way they do.
That makes sense. That hurts. So have you been wearing protective wear to help, knee pads or anything with this?
Oh, yeah. As soon as I announced to, Pat that I was doing skateboarding, the look on his face was, why, Tam? Why?
I think it's awesome.
He gave his whole speech, and he's like, I get it. You're chasing after that. He's like, but can just promise me you'll do protective gear. And I was like, sure, yeah. And then, obviously I didn't pursue that. So then, a week into the hobby, a box that included a helmet,
no way,
and wrist pads and knee pads showed up, and Pat was like, I knew you wouldn't buy them. I bought them the day you told me. Here they are. Put them on. No more skateboarding.
Oh wow. Well, he went all in for you.
Yes.
Nice. Did you have a skateboard when you started?
No. So I honestly thought skateboards just basically grew in garages. Like I feel like everybody has a skateboard in a garage. So I just reached out to anybody who has a son that I know and was like, anybody have a skateboard I can borrow?
Yeah, that's a good
and
idea.
within 20 minutes, I was donated a skateboard.
Oh, nice.
Like, please take this skateboard from me. So it was super easy to find one. It was honestly the real investment, according to Pat, was the helmet and the pads, just because you want to make sure you get ones that fit you
for sure,
and then ones that are actually going to take a beating should I have a treacherous fall.
Yeah.
So
have you progressed? So you've done just kind of up and down your street. Have you progressed any further than that at this point?
A little bit. So like
aside from the foot stomp fiasco.
It's not working. I can't. I'm going to get there. I'm telling you, I'm going to get there. I just am not there yet. But yeah, so right now it's a lot of just like trying to skate down the street. I've been practicing kind of angling my body to kind of turn, to follow with the street as opposed to just going in straight lines. That actually seemed a little bit more natural than I expected for me.
That's good.
Yeah, I expected to feel a little more just off balance and stupid, really. I expected to feel stupid. I have noticed like my neighbors like peeking out.
What's this? Older lady riding a skateboard.
So I make Lennon go out there with me so that I'm like, no, I'm just teaching my kid. I've always had this. I'm just teaching her.
Have your girls wanted to jump on since you've been doing it?
Lennon's into everything with me. Like all this stuff I'm doing, I've got a shadow. She's
That's
right
awesome.
there with me trying it all. June's great too. June was not feeling the skateboard piece though. She was like, you guys do you. I'm going to sit back and watch. And so we had her like put on music for us, like give us some sort of like playlist, which she loved doing.
Pump up music?
Yeah, which really kind of helped.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so I would do like turns, which I haven't been able to do like a long turn. Like I can't do it for very long, but I can at least say I can do it.
Nice.
And then I'm starting now to try to go on just like little hills, nothing
Nice,
that I can wipe out on majorly, but I can feel a shift in the weight. We've got this going.
Do you think you're going to, I don't even know if there are any skate parks locally, but is that something that you're interested in doing? Do you feel like you have the confidence yet to do that?
No, I do not have the confidence. Yeah. There is one actually like literally within 4 minutes from my house. It's in Troy here. They got a little skate park. I do want to get there. Absolutely want to get there. Mostly because my main goal, so like how far do I want to take skateboarding? Yes. I want to be able to do what's called like a drop-in.
Okay.
And that's basically where you stand at the top of like a flat surface and then you have to go down kind of like a steep hill. I want to be able to do that. I think if I could do that, that'll make me feel like, like I've got the skateboarding down.
Yep. And then you go back up the other side, right? I mean, I feel like you see that with the like...
I mean... If you're wanting to be real technical here, I assume that's probably what most skateboarders would recommend.
What is the biggest challenge doing that skill? Is it just staying on the skateboard, or do you know yet?
For the drop-in?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know because I haven't fully tried.
Right.
For me, I will tell you my biggest hurdle so far with it is fear.
Yeah.
Absolute fear.
Physical, emotional, mental, all of it.
Oh my God. Yeah. So like I even tried to do like, how like you like people will tell you like visualize, close your eyes, visualize the thing that you want to do and picture yourself doing it, and that will help you improve doing it, right? Even just trying to visualize myself doing it.
What do you visualize? Oh no. What do you imagine happening?
I'm imagining that I'm sitting next to like Olympic athletes and Tony Hawk, right? And I got Tony going, go Tam. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, you're right, Tony, like we're going to do this and maybe we do it together and maybe we're a duo, we're in the Tony and Tam show and we got this. And just the idea of, I don't think I'm somebody who has a fear of height. I would never describe myself as somebody that has a fear of heights. However, I do get fearful in situations where I feel that I could fall off the edge.
Yeah.
For instance, anytime I go to like really tall buildings and the whole wall is glass, I'm not going anywhere near that glass wall because what if somebody trips and falls into me and I plummet to my death? You see it in movies all the time.
Yeah. Well, I wonder, I can imagine how that would be intimidating. I wonder if there's any are there any mini drop-offs that you can start with, like baby ones?
That's why I've been kind of doing the hills, kind of slowly easing my way in there, because maybe if I build my way into feeling that kind of like rush of a downward motion, maybe that'll kind of help me almost kind of chase the thrill of a steeper hill.
Yeah.
So far, that mentality is not really working that well, but I do feel that I do really feel like I will try. I really do think I'm working my way towards doing something that I'm going to say thrill seeking.
That'll be fun to watch.
Tam, thrill seeking in our 37 years. But yeah, that's where I'm trying to go.
Do you feel like doing something, we were talking about haven't been really into doing like physical activities as much as this opened up your ideas about that? Maybe wanting to do more something else?
Yes and no. I mean, it's opened up my desire to want to get outside and get outside to do something. Is it on the athletic side? And when I say athletics, I'm thinking more like Olympic sports, like basketball, soccer, that kind of stuff. No, I don't think I really want to get into that realm of things, but I can see myself maybe more wanting to explore like hiking or something like that.
You mentioned like with bird watching, you really liked the outdoor aspect of it. And so now with this too, maybe that's a trend, a theme of yours to keep an eye out for.
Good call. You're right. I should kind of keep an eye out. I should start keeping, I don't know if you're doing this. Are you keeping like a diary or a journal or anything documenting?
I guess not. No. We should though. We should. Yeah.
Like that kind of like helps guide us toward, because maybe if like we because I didn't even think about that trend, but you did. But maybe if I kind of just kept that going, maybe I would find maybe it would hone me right into the thing that's been staring at me in the face this whole time.
I think we've been talking about I think I said keep mental notes about that. We've talked about how we both have surprisingly or unsurprisingly found that community, like we like being, or maybe do like that aspect versus being alone for hobbies.
Absolutely. And the skateboarding community was great. Like I posted a note on Threads, just like, where do I start? You know?
I saw that.
And there was an overwhelming response from a lot of skateboarders, including there was this one chick. Her handle is Maddie Can't Skate.
Okay.
And she's like this senior software engineer that's trying to learn how to skateboard as well.
Yeah.
She actually was like super supportive, gave some helpful tips on like, just kind of taking it easy, start with some basics. Loved seeing her like reach out. There was also this other account that I like. If you're into skateboarding, I highly recommend you follow this guy, Joe Conklin, Conklin. But he was just like fun skateboarding memes and stuff that just made me feel like I was part of the cool kids now. Like I get that joke now because I've skateboarded, so I know what you're talking about, dude. We connect.
That's cool. It has a supportive community to follow.
It really,
that makes a big difference.
I would agree.
Yeah, we found like the podcast community has been super supportive online too, so we appreciate that.
Oh yeah, you can't ever miss with those guys.
Do you feel like the it's not a world that I'm familiar with too much, but like, do you think skateboarding is like making a recurrence or like a resurgence, I guess, as far as in popularity? Do you get a sense of that at all?
I don't know that I've been in it long enough to say that there is a resurgence, but I will say, with the recent Olympics that just occurred and seeing like all these kids were like Olympic stars skateboarding.
It's incredible.
And seeing like there was like a girls chapter of that. That's kind of the other element that pushed me to be like, you know what, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do skateboarding. So, I mean, I'm sure if it affected me, I'm sure there's going to be other people out there who are 37-year-old millennial women chasing that dream of skateboarding.
There is a good point. I bet after the Olympics, there's probably an uptick in a lot of sports and things like that. People trying stuff because it is inspiring. So
absolutely.
So it sounds like you're going to keep going with it maybe for a while.
I am.
You've enjoyed it.
At the very least, I just want to be able to do a drop in. I think as soon as I get that, I'll feel cool enough to be like, I'm officially a skateboarder. I don't think there's anybody like gatekeeping me and telling me that I can't claim I'm a skateboarder right now. I think it's just my own personal goal.
Getting over that mental hurdle. Do you feel like mentally it is making like you're kind of accomplishing something mentally or getting over some sort of block?
I do, because I feel that, it's the physical block is what I'll say, because like you said, I'm just not a very physical person. So getting out there and doing something like this is very different for me. And having Lennon do it beside me and see how and like going back to the cool thing, like just seeing her on it, she looks so cool. So I really, really hope that my neighbors that are peeking out watching me are like, she looks so cool on it too, because otherwise that would probably.
What an inspiration for your daughters to see you doing something just so outside the box of normal, like for our age group. I hope so. Oh, definitely.
I don't know.
I think that's so awesome.
Well, thanks,
and
Erin.
even if you just dabble in it or inspire her to, just inspiring her to put herself out there and try things and not be scared to try things, right?
Oh,
so I think that's really cool.
Definitely feel like she's there. There seems to be no fear in Lennon, and I don't know if that's just natural to her or if that's just something she's observing within me, and therefore just putting herself out there. But I mean, every hobby I've done, she's right by my side doing it too.
That's awesome. Yeah, you're such a good mom.
Oh, she's such a good daughter. I'm so lucky. She's like, I got you, Mom.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, overall, coming back to our rating system, for overall experience with skateboarding. So you're going to keep going. So I'm assuming you liked it overall. How would you rate it on a 1 to 5 scale? The 5 categories being engagement, enjoyment, skill development, social interaction, and stress relief.
Oh man, I forgot about the stress relief piece. No, I'm not even going to put the stress. I'm going to give it a full 5.
Nice. And that's the first 5 I think you've had.
I think so. And here's why. Like the number of times I've yelled "wee" while skating down my street, like I just don't feel that stress ever comes into play with it. Like I just feel like a kid.
That's amazing.
Like I just feel like I'm.
It sounds like it's just really helped you not take yourself as seriously.
Yeah,
right? Like,
yes, that is exactly it, Erin. I really do feel like it's just got me being silly, but like in a childlike way, like a kid-like way, and in a way that like you kind of forget to be sometimes as like an adult, you just get so locked into like you just gotta take life, and you gotta be serious, and you gotta send an example for your kids, and like we talk all the time about how like we just forgot to have fun, right?
Yes.
I think this is the first hobby where like again I'm yelling "wee" as I'm just literally going down the sidewalk, like I haven't even done like a drop in.
That's amazing, Tam.
Yeah, and I just skateboarding has me setting a different bar of what I want out of life now. I think before skateboarding I was having fun, right? But like I'm having fun, and I'm just like, this is like, I'm just so bummed that like I got in my own way as a teenager, and prevented myself from taking a risk on something because I was because I personally didn't think I was cool enough, right? But like, had I just gotten over that hang up or that bugaboo that I had about myself, I could have really like embraced something really cool and could have maybe even found a community of people who we all felt cool together, or maybe we were just all nerdy together, just skateboarding. So my words of advice to anyone out there that's listening is, just go for it. Don't let yourself be that hurdle. And if you need some community, message me. I'll be your community. Like I want what I'm experiencing and learning skateboarding for others. Like I want you to feel it, Erin. I want our listeners to feel it. Like, I'm fun.
Oh, what an inspiration. You're like tearing up over there.
I am tearing up because it's just, I feel like I've gotten so emotional on our podcast so many times, but it just feels, I don't know, it just feels good to learn about yourself.
For sure.
It feels good to push past like emotional hurdles, emotional baggage. It just feels good.
Yeah, that's amazing, Tam. Well, I'm so happy for you found something you really have had fun with and enjoy.
Yes.
And shared that with all of us.
Call me Tony.
So
I can start a side podcast.
Tony and Tam. There you go. That would be great. You can't leave me. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, thank you for sharing that with us.
Absolutely.
And we hope that all of our listeners were inspired by this talk today about skateboarding. Maybe inspire you to try something new, think outside the box, or try skateboarding.
Yeah.
So
think about 13-year-old self. What did 13-year-old self want to do? Give it a try.
That's right. Thanks again for joining us. We hope you join us again next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to The Art of Happiness. Be sure to leave a review and rating. And for a little extra Erin and Tam fun, be sure to follow us on Instagram and Pinterest for behind-the-scenes footage of our journey to find happiness.